What is up, EmPower Pack? I am Emily.
I'm Talon.
Welcome to our brand new channel we created because we had so much amazing feedback, comments, DMs, everything. We were overwhelmed, and that's why we're here creating new content for you, at-home workouts, so you can follow along with us. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, that like button, and follow along with all of the amazing content that we are going to create. And this is Zimba. He's our mascot. You're going to see him in all of the videos. So everybody say hi to Zimba. Woo! So the first ever workout on our brand new EmPower channel is going to be a completely bodyweight, cardio and core workout. We have 10 exercises to get through today. We're going to do 3 sets of each exercise, 40 seconds of work, and then 10 seconds of rest. No water breaks, so please have your water next to you. We have ours back there, and grab it whenever you have to. I'm going to show you with Talon here all of the exercises we're going to be doing, just a quick demo, and then we're going to hop right into our warm-up. So the first one, we're going to get down onto our mats, and we have our Flutter Kicks with a reach. Every time you switch those legs, you reach up to that foot for a reach crunch. So flutter and reach, flutter and reach. Next up, we're going to bring it up into a 3 squat pulse and 1 squat jump. So down into that squat pulse, you hit 3, and then we explode up into the air, 1 squat jump. Next up, down to the mats, we're going to take it down, Commando Plank. So you're going to walk down to your forearms, back up to your hands. At the top there, we go tap, tap, opposite hand, opposite shoulder, and then back down onto the forearms. Number 4, up onto our feet, we're going to go power side lunges. So we're going to hop into that side lunge, and then big explosion up and over to the other side. Don't worry, we have modifications for all of these exercises. Number 5, we're going to go down onto our backs. We have our leg raise with a reverse crunch. Hands are going to go slightly under the booties. Drop those feet down into that leg raise. Bring them all the way back up. Pop those feet up to the sky for that reverse crunch. Then number 6, we're going to flip it into our bear crawl position. We have our bear crawl, hop to shoot through. So we're in that hovering tabletop, hopping our feet back in. When you're in that position, we go shoot through, and then back to that bear crawl position for our next hop. From there, bringing it up to standing, we have our 5 ice skaters and 1 burpee. So ice skaters, you're hopping side to side, tucking that foot behind you. After 5, you're going to drop it down to the ground, chest to the ground burpee, or a high plank burpee. Zumba. And then from there, we're going to come back down to our mat. We have our plank walk out to push up. Plank walk out to push up. So we're going to walk ourselves in and out of that plank. At the bottom of every plank, we're going to hit 1 push up, either high plank or on the knees. And then from there, stay down on the ground. We're going to come into a side plank. We're going to rotate side to side. You're going to see we're using little mats today. If you need a towel or something underneath the arms to help you out, do that. So we're rotating side to side, but when you're on that side, you're going to drop that hip down to the ground. You're going to get a little hip dip before you rotate over to the other side. Your last exercise is going to be an overhead jumping shallow lunge. So we're going to be up into standing, hands are over the head. I'm going to take just a shallow plyo lunge. Don't worry, if you can't jump like myself, I will be showing you all of the options for today's exercises.
Make sure you have a sweat rag, you're going to need it. Alright, EmPower Pack, we're going to start things off with a warm-up as usual. Got to get the body warm and loose, blood flowing. We're going to start things off with some gate openers. Lift that hip, open it up, close it. Same thing, other side. We're going to do a few on each side here. Stay nice and tall, get that mobility through the hip. Just a few more. 2. And in that last one. And right into some hip swings. Getting that hamstring loose, kicking that leg, shoulders back. Keep that weight in that planted foot. Get your breath going here. 2, 1, switch. Nice and loose. Everything we want nice and dynamic here when we're warming up. Nothing static. Get that movement prep going. All right. Now we're going to go into some forward lunges. Take it to the back of your mat. Step forward into that lunge. Reach over, cross the body, and step back. Switch legs. Sink into that front leg. Get that side bend going. And reach. We're going to go one more on the other side. And good. From here, we're gonna inchworm it down. Nice and slow, get that hamstring stretch. High plank position, locking the glutes. Take that right leg outside that right hand, and then open up that right hand to the sky, to the ceiling, and breathe. Step it back, switch legs, open it up. Take your eyes, track that movement. We're gonna do one more on each side here. Press into the heel, that back leg. All right, last one here. All right, now we're gonna walk those hands back up towards our feet. Grab those toes. Drop the hips. Take the elbows outside the knees, press out, and then exhale up. Dead hang in the neck. Nice and relaxed. Inhale.
Every joint in my body.
And classic. Okay, one more here. Really try to extend those legs out. Maximize that hamstring stretch. All right, bring it up. Let's get that heart rate up a little bit. Jumping jacks. 15 seconds here. Palms go up, feet go out. On the balls of our feet. Good. That's it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're loose, ready to go.
All right, don't forget we are doing 3 sets of each exercise today. We have 10 to get through. Let's get it started. Listen up for the modifications because we will be giving all the modifications and options. I will be doing them, so if you aren't sure, you can always look at me and see what I am doing for those exercises. Here we go. We're gonna bring it down to our mats for those flutter kick to reach in 3, 2, and 1. So as you do this, flutter the legs, reach up for that foot that's closest to you, switch, and then reach, switch, and reach. You can always keep a soft bend in the knee if you need to. Press that low back into the mat. We're pulling that belly down towards the ground, breathing through it, breathing through it. I'm gonna show you that option, keeping that nice soft bend in the knees here as I switch those legs. Inhale back, exhale up. You'll hear kind of a nice audible breath that we're doing right now. Exhaling as you reach. So inhale, switch, exhale, reach. Whew, I'm already sweating, what the heck? Inhale, down, exhale, reach. Again, if at all you feel that low back start to lift off your mat, that's when you know it's time to bend those knees a little bit. 3, 2, and 1. 10-second rest.
What a long 40 seconds, huh? But we promise this next set will not be quite that long. We're going in 3, 2, 1. Flutter kicks, okay? Long legs if you want a little bit more of that added core challenge. Flex those knees, bring them closer to your body. A little bit more of an option and a modification there to take a little bit more of the work off the core. Really try to keep those shoulder blades up for that added challenge here. That way we hit both the top and the bottom parts of those abs. Almost there, 12 seconds. It should all be burning right about now.
Burning.
Last couple. In 3, 2, 1.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man. Starting off.
Okay, we have 1 more there, and then it's gonna be good for us because all of our cores are gonna be fired up. Everybody down, 2, 1, and back to work. Last one here. Zimba is here to make sure that you are all working. So again, low back, tight to the ground. So important for that spine, keeping the core on. So I always like to remind myself, low back is tight. I'm pulling that belly down towards that mat. Inhale as you reach back, exhale as you reach for that foot. You can put your hands behind your head here if at all you start to feel any strain in the back of the neck. 10 seconds, and then we're gonna bring it up and we're gonna take it into that squat, pulse, squat, jump combo in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest.
All right, this 10 seconds is gonna start to go by faster and faster. Bring it up to your feet in 5 seconds. 3 squat pulses, 1 squat jump in 2, 1, Sink nice and low into the hips, drive those knees out. Pulse it 1 to 2 inches. Nice and low. After that third, explode up into that jump squat. Try to land nice and soft on the feet. Shoulders back, core is engaged, chest is up. Option here, challenge if you want to hang out in that squat pulse a little bit longer, feel free. It's 3 pulses, 1 squat jump. And keep breathing. We have 10 seconds left. Weight is into the heels, gripping the ground with my feet. Exploding, landing back into that squat pulse in 2, 1. Shake them out.
Whew. Okay, as you can see, I'm doing the option, no jump here. All right, back down in 2 and 1. Sink it back down, hips and heels here. You'll notice both of us, neither of us have our knees caving in like this at any point. Both of us are pressing those knees out beyond the big toes, kind of pointing out over the pinky toes here. Those of you that are taking my option, that are not jumping, as you come to the top of that squat, we tuck that tailbone, squeeze those glutes, and then drop it right back down. Big inhales, big exhales, always keeping those cores braced. After those flutter kicks that we started with, you might feel some nice activation there that's gonna help you maintain a neutral spine. 3, 2, and 1. Perfect.
The blood is rushing to those legs, feeling that quad pump. When that burn starts, the work starts. Let's go. In 2, 1, let's go. Drop into that squat, pulse it low. Can we get those thighs near parallel in that pulse? If there is an imaginary ceiling over your head, you don't want to hit it. So pulse lower.
Woo.
And don't pulse from the hips here and the knees. Actually get the entire leg moving. Up and down. 3 reps. Okay, jump squat or take it out, stand tall, reset, squeeze the glutes,
Squeeze.
Drop right back in. 6 seconds left. Big inhale, big exhale in 2, 1.
Down to the mat. Okay, I'm gonna be down on my knees. Talon's gonna be in his high plank. We're gonna show you that Commando Shoulder Tap. So everybody down to that plank position. Here we go. First set, 30 seconds. So either high plank or you're on your knees here. You're walking it down to your forearms, up to your hands. We go tap, tap, then back down. Any of you that started on your knees, but maybe you're like, this is too easy for me, try walking it up to that high plank and then drop to the knees once you feel like you really have to. You're losing that ability to keep the core engaged, your belly pulled up, maybe you're feeling a big arch in the low back. So you always check in there. That's how you know you want to take that modification. Squeeze your glutes, pull your bellies up, tuck your tailbone. 3, 2, and 1. Rest.
All right.
Rest.
Heart rate is going up. All right, we're back at it in 2, 1. High plank position. She's giving you that option from the knees here. Okay, you still want to maintain that stabilization through the hips when you get those shoulder taps, when you go from the forearms to the hands, up and down, strong through the core. Take your belly button, hug it up, nice and tight. Brace and breathe. Big inhales, big exhales. Your breath is gonna allow you and help you through these sets, especially later on in this workout. 10 to go.
My shoulders are burning.
Nice and strong, nice wide stance, shoulders right over the wrists. In 3, 2, 1.
Rest, rest. 10 seconds, I don't know about that. Okay, 5 seconds, and then we're gonna go right back in. Last set in 3, 2, 1. Drop it in. Those of you that maybe have been on your knees but have not tried the high plank position, try it out. Maybe you only get 5 seconds, but 5 seconds is more than 0 seconds. So always try it out, that tougher option, then take the modification once you have to. 25 seconds to go here, and then once we are done here, we're gonna bring it up to standing and we're gonna take it into our power side lunges. Again, I will be showing that modification always for the exercises. 13 seconds to go here. Squeeze those glutes, keep those bellies pulled up. You should be feeling those shoulders on fire. You should be feeling the cores activating. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful.
All right, we're on our feet. As she said, power side lunges. If you want to use the entire length of your mat, you can go ahead and do that as well. In 2, 1, Let's go side to side, alternating, or same side. If you don't really have all that space to work with, you can go single side into a hop. The opposite arm and leg are working together. Shoulders back, weight is into the heel and the hip. Okay, we want to load our hamstring and our glute here. If we're going alternating, you can power into it, driving through that working leg. The leg you leave behind stays nice and straight. 6 seconds left.
And 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. All right, 2 more. I'm gonna turn to the side here for those of you taking the modification. You wanna see what it looks like in 2, and 1. Here we go. Talon is obviously showing you that jumping option for those of you that like to leap and jump and skip and hop. With the modification here, whenever you do a side lunge, this lateral lunge, watch from the side here. I push that hip back, my toes are pointing forward, and I drive through that glute, bring myself up, balance for a second, and then I'm over to the other side. Breathing as you step out on that inhale, exhale up into that balanced position. We're going 6 more seconds for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful.
All right. One more set. 5 seconds.
Simba, you want to do this one?
Big deep breath. In 2, 1. We're back in it. Okay, ideally you want to step directly to your side laterally. Not forward, not back. If you do have a point of reference, use it. The length of your mat. Step directly on the edge. As an option to know where you're stepping. Toes forward, knees tracking that midfoot. Shoulders are pulled back and retracted. And we're getting those reps in. Take out that jump if you start to fatigue or you start to lose some of that form. Okay, pull it back a little bit. 5. Keep moving. 3, 2.
And down to the mat, onto your back, hands under the booties. We're gonna take it into our leg raise and reverse crunch. In 3, 2, and 1. So hands under the butt. Straight legs is going to be harder. Talon's gonna show you that straight leg. Or we can bend the knees. You're gonna tap your heels, lift, reach those feet to the sky, and then back down with the heels. So that's gonna be your modification here. Again, like the flutter kicks, working on not letting that low back leave the ground. We're constantly pulling the belly down, keeping that low back tight as you drop the heels or the feet down to the ground. If you have any tension in the neck, you're just gonna drop your head back down onto the ground behind you. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect.
All right, I don't know if you can see in the frame, but I'm sweating, listening, but I'm ready for more. Let's keep it going. In 2, 1. All right, hands under the glutes as that option. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, put them out wide by your side. And as Emily had stated, you've gone too low as soon as that low back comes up off the mat. You want to just kind of go to that breaking point where you're able to keep that complete core engagement. Okay, it's just flexing the knees as that option, lifting the pelvis at the top, getting those lower abs fired, and controlling it back to the bottom. We got 10 seconds left here. Maintain that breathing pattern.
My goodness.
The reminders will never stop here. In 2, 1. All right, on you go.
And my back making some fun noises against my mat. All right, last one here. 3, 2, and 1. Back into action. Straight legs or bent knees. That's the 3rd set. So maybe you've had straight legs the whole time, but you're starting to lose that kind of core engagement. Your low back's starting to leave the ground. Maybe it's time to bend the knees a little bit. Give yourself a little bit of help keeping that core engaged. 25 seconds. We're gonna keep moving forward. We're about halfway through the workout once we finish this set, but if you need a water break, pause the video, grab that sip of water, and then hop right back in with us. 12 seconds. From here, we're gonna flip it into our tabletop, hovering tabletop position for our bear crawl shoot through combo in 4, 3, 2, and 1.
All right, flip it on over, tabletop position. We lift the knees in 5 seconds, right under the hips, neutral spine in 2, 1. Step it back. She's showing you that regression here. And that option is step it back, step forward. Shoot that leg through the body, maintaining that nice long leg as she opens up the arm and the chest. Step it back, step forward. We want those knees nearly hugging the ground here. Okay, a lot of core demand, controlling the body through a lot of stabilizer muscles here. And that foot is staying nice and tight to the ground, almost hugging it, right, Zim? Step it back or jump it back. Under 10 seconds. Keep it up. Strong through the core here. In 2, 1.
Woo.
Nice.
So again, I am showing the option there, but if you want to make it a little hoppy, you're going to hop those feet back in 3, 2, 1, and go. So Talon's going to show you that hop here. So you're going to hop the feet back and they hop back in together into that hovering tabletop. Watch the knees. We want to keep those knees a couple inches away from the ground. When we do those shoot throughs, you're dropping that hip down towards the ground, opening up the opposite arm up towards the ceiling above you, getting that big, nice open hug from the side, and then rotate it right back down into that hovering tabletop position. If at any point the hovering tabletop starts to become too much, you can always drop the knees for a second. Then once you're ready, lift those knees right back up and take it right back into that next rep for 3, 2, and 1. Perfect.
All right, here with the EmPower pack, we train all the way to the beat. You want to hear that buzzer, then you rest. In 2, 1. Knees just off the ground. Shoulders down, right over the wrist. You see how she's doing these nice and slow and controlled? I want to start that way. Control your body through space. Back to that starting position. Walk it back or hop it back. That's it, halfway through this round. Nice job, team. Take that belly button, check in with it, make sure that the abs are working the entire time here. 5 more seconds. 1 more rep. And 3, 2, 1.
And
we're up.
We are up for everyone's favorite, the 5 ice skaters, 1 burpee. And 3, 2, and 1. So remember, ice skaters, you're hopping and tucking that back foot. The option here is to give that back foot a little tap to the ground to give yourself a little bit of support. Burpees, hop it down, chest goes right down to the ground. Option for the burpee, instead of a hop, you're gonna take those hands down, step it back up, and then you're gonna go right back in to your ice skaters. Again, always taking that challenging option if you can at first, and then starting to modify it as the body starts to fatigue. You've got 6 seconds here in 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Catch your breath. Big inhale, big exhale. If you have a dog, bring him around. Let him enjoy this workout with you. In 2, 1, 40 seconds on the clock.
Or she.
Yeah, he, she, all the pets, whatever you got. Emily was giving you that option here to take out the jump. If you have any type of knee pain or any type of jumping movements irritate that area, use those options. Kick that leg back, step back, or another one is to jump and step that leg back to help you stabilize the body. 5 ice skaters, 1 burpee. Either high plank or chest to floor. Peel up onto the heels. Last rep, 3 seconds. 2, 1. Let's go.
And 1 more. We always like to make sure that everyone can do these workouts with us, no matter of your injuries, limitations, anything like that. All right, back to work. Last set here, 40 seconds. Again, hopping, landing. We want to kind of get that little balance component. So really try and hover that back foot for a second. Feel that leg support you before you take it into that next rep or down into the burpee. 20 seconds here. Those of you taking that modification, make sure we don't bring the hips down first, but reach down for the ground, plant the hands, then we step it back into that high plank. 7 seconds here. From here, we're gonna take it to the edge of our mat in 3, 2, and 1.
Okay, to the edge of the mat. We're gonna walk it out into that push-up position. 1 push-up, 1 walk up and walk out. In 2, 1. Walk it down, try to get that hamstring stretch, relax the head. High plank, lock in the glutes and the core. Push up at the bottom, either from the knees or from that strong plank position. Then walk it up, hands to the toes, but hands stay in contact with the ground. Pull your shoulders down, lead with the chest on that push-up. 12 seconds left. Spread those fingers out. Feel the energy through your mat. Let's go, 5. Last one. 3, 2, 1.
Whew. And don't forget, especially my ladies, because I know how hard it is, make sure those shoulders are staying away from the ears in that push-up. In 2 and 1. Hands back down to that mat. Nice long hamstrings here. So as you're walking, we're trying not to bend the knees too much. You're going to soften them, but you're not going to bend them. You'll notice Talon from the side, he has these nice long hamstrings. So we're getting that kind of nice mobility through the backs of the legs as we're walking ourselves in and out. At the bottom there, hitting that push-up, shoulders away from the ears, always leading through the chest there, keeping the core tight, glutes engaged, whether you're taking that modified version on the knees or you're in the high plank position, the core and the glutes are always working for us. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Elite.
Rest at the bottom, rest at the top. One more set here, 5 seconds. I am almost dripping. In 2, 1. Walk it down, stretch the hamstrings. When we get to the bottom, I want you to focus on, before you initiate that push-up, to find that strong plank position. Through the glutes, through the quads, through the core. Drop your shoulder blades down, away from the ears. Hey, if you want, you're not limited to 1 push-up. If you want a little bit more chest work, get 2, get 3 reps down there. That is up to you. We have 10 seconds left here before we move it in to our 9th exercise. We're gonna bring it up to our feet. Just kidding, we're gonna stay down on the mat. In 3, 2, 1.
Next one, we are down on those mats. We're in that side plank position. Turning to the side here for you. So in that side plank position, we're gonna get that dip, then we're gonna rotate through. In 3, 2, and 1. Side plank, dip that hip, lift it up, rotate over. We're on the other side, dip and lift. Breathing through it. And if you need an option here at any point, whenever you're in a side plank and you need a little bit of an option, you're gonna drop the bottom knee to the ground. So it'll look a little like this. You'll still dip the hip, lift it, and rotate through. All you're gonna do is pick that knee back up before you take it over to the other side. 15 seconds, still breathing through it. Get that big lift and dip in the hip here. If you have your feet stacked, it's a little harder. In 3, 2, and 1. Ugh.
Once we hear that beat, we can drop the body. 5 seconds, set number 2. Pick a side, let's get it going. In 2, 1. Pull those shoulders back, lift those hips, squeeze the glutes. We want to be nice and rigid in that side plank position like we would in a standard position from that plank. Rotate on those forearms, taking that hand up towards the ceiling. And then as you drop that hip down, try to get full flexion in those obliques at the top. Feel them fire, feel those muscles working. Ideally, you want to build that connection between your mind and those working muscles. Every set, every rep, you will get more out of it. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1.
Oh my gosh, my shoulders are shaking. All right, last one here. And then, good news, we have our last exercise. 3, 2, and 1. Back into it. Last 40 seconds here. If you like to hang out on one side for a little bit longer, you want to get a couple more dips, go for it. Maybe 2 on each side, 2 on the other side. Still getting that nice rotation. Try not to drop your knees down at all. We're keeping them lifted, unless you're taking that modification while you're in the plank itself. Again, stacking the feet is going to be the hardest. You can stagger them. You need a little bit more balance support and feel yourself falling over it all. 12 more seconds here, and then get ready to bring it up. We're going to take it into that shallow overhead plyo lunge for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo.
Last one, 3 more sets of 40 seconds. It's more important how we finish right now than how we started. In 2, 1, hands up. Spirit fingers, team. Hey.
Spirit fingers.
Okay, arms are high, biceps are right by the ears. Try to stay nice and tall. She's giving you that option with that step back lunge. I'm gonna show you here. Same thing, not letting my arms fall halfway. Chest is up. My weight is in the heel of my front foot. Okay, you can get that depth, especially if you're not jumping. Full range of motion. Shallow reps here, just slight flexion in those knees. In 3, 2, 1.
Oh boy, I'm sweaty. All right, 2 more. 3, 2, 1, and go. Either jumping or taking that step back. When you have those arms overhead like that, we definitely don't want those shoulders to hike up towards the ears. So if you look in the back here, I'm not reaching those fingertips up to the sky. I'm keeping those shoulders down and away from the ears, bottoms of the shoulder blades plugged into their back pockets. 20 seconds to go here. Stay jumping as long as you can, I promise. When you think you're done jumping, you're not actually done. You have a couple more reps in you before you take that jump out and you take it into that step back lunge. Those of you doing that step back lunge, that knee almost hits the ground. Doesn't quite hit the ground, but it almost hits the ground. In 3, 2, 1, rest. All right, last set.
Let's do it in Power Pack. 1 more to go. 40 seconds. We're all in this. To the finish, then we rest. Step back or plyo. Arms tall, core is engaged.
Tight. Like
Try not to lean back into it. Stay strong. And breathe. Feel all those muscles working. 10 to go. We're almost there.
Woo.
Let's be proud. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Oh. Heavy heart, heavy breath. If you did this with someone, give them a high five. My partner, my accountability partner. We have a handshake, but stay tuned for that. You'll see it next time. All love and Power Pack. Like, subscribe, click the button. We're gonna be coming out with videos multiple times a week, at least 3. Stay tuned, join us. Let's have some fun, let's stay fit.